Let's check out this Kendra G video.
rather than me being on a dating show looking for someone. So I just wanted a fresh start.
What kind of guy you looking for, girl?
I'm looking for a proud black man.
Woo! We got right to it. Proud black man. Is that simple?
That's the start. So once we go down the list of questions, we'll see who qualifies. Emotional intelligence and reflective, healthy family and friend relationships, genuine respect to animals. I do have a cat, and I love my cat. Everyone knows I love my cat. I'll never give up my cat. um, I want a gentleman that smells good. I just love a good cologne. Um,
Really? So you want to date someone with social media? I don't know. That's gonna be. I think that's gonna be hard nowadays. So pretty much everyone has social media. So that is gonna be tough. I mean, unless I know that you're older, so that might not be as tough. But if you want to date any of the younger generation women, that might be tough.
a good social status, conscious of how he presents himself to the world, not only to his workplace, his friends, colleagues, all the way down the line. Secure confidence, assertive, protective, encourages our self care. So not only does he take care of himself, he's happy and proud that I take care of myself as well. Consistent with actions and words, effective communicator, appreciates traditional gender roles, and values my femininity. Just a true gentleman all around.
Okay, Ashanti. Now, what are
Mm-hmm.
your deal breakers?
Plays to me word games, a private dater. I want to date someone publicly. I would like photos. I would like anniversaries. I would like gatherings. I want to be included and be a part of your life. Um,
See, that's what like parasocial. That's the thing. A lot of women nowadays they love to live online, especially if you're going to date the younger generation. If you date the younger generation, women love to expose their life, especially if they have a happy life. They really want to expose it online. They really want to show it off online. So you know,
Pastors, deacons, or anyone that's holier than thou.
So no pastors and no deacons. This is your deal
No,
breaker list.
deal breaker. No.
Okay, so no pastors and no deacons. Ooh, child.
Um, Womanizer, trophy chaser. I am not your 50-year-old trophy wife. Not happening. You worked all your life. You avoided the women that were probably the best for you. You didn't take them serious. I'm 27. Not for you. I'm not your reward. Sorry. Uh, no piercings. No visible tattoos. Neck, face, hands. Not into it. No fashion hair colors. Natural gray is okay. I don't want a man that bleaches his hair. Different colors. Not into it. Colored fingernails. Fashionably accessorized is okay. No gangster.
this is a thing where I said that it is great that, or we should all have standards. But this is a thing where sometimes this is why a lot of people say your standards are unrealistic, in the sense that you are making yourself single, which is if you are fine with being single for the rest of your life and you don't complain with it, you don't complain about it, cool. Have whatever standards you want. The problem is it's the women that have insane standards, high standards, crazy high standards. They're also the same women that complain about men. That is the problem. That is the problem. The problem isn't that you have standards. No. The problem is that you have high ass standards. And then you have the audacity to complain about men. You have the audacity to say shit about men. It's because of you. You're the one who makes yourself have a hard time in dating, and then you blame it on men. That's stupid. This woman is she's base her standard is basically asking for the 1% of the 1% of the 1%. A very rare man. He has to be so particular. So particular. That you're asking for such a rare ass man. Good luck.
Jewelry or grills?
Okay. Should he make a certain amount of money?
That question, I believe with all the things that I listed, a man would be of value if he stayed within those guidelines. So there's no, it's so funny. There's no exact number that I'm looking for. Um, and also, I don't see his money affecting me while we're meeting each other or dating. But if it does, that's great. But
We can do it again, but what did you say? I'm just curious. What are you going to change this? Like, what did you reflect and say, okay, I want to change this or I want to change that?
my episode was about 33 minutes. And
No,
I
no,
was,
I remember. I'm just curious to know what
oh,
do you want to do different? Like, what would you
yes.
say different?
So a lot of the things I said were just rephrased of opposite things on like the things that I want, the things that I don't want. They were just like reflecting. So I just want to make my list shorter, more concise, and also I am just so comfortable with you because I watch you all the time. So it felt like I was talking to a friend. And I just said way too much, and I just want to keep it simple. I really made the list for the show.
How's that? How's that going to change anything? Make your list shorter, but it is. It's like you haven't changed your requirements. You're just making it. You're just making it shorter for the show. What is that going to mean? What's that going to do? Bro, you're crazy. Parasocial, you're crazy.
Because I thought, the cousins want a list. They want to hear like actual things. So I just made the list for the show. This is not something I live by real life, but I've learned a lot from watching your show. So
Okay, well, let's get to it, Shanti. All right, so Shanti was here. I think I remember a couple things. Are
yeah,
you San Diego or San Francisco?
San Francisco.
Okay, San Francisco. I know you're in your 20s, but I forget the actual number.
I just turned 27. Well,
Okay, 27. I know no kids. I know
Mhm.
never married. I forget your job.
I'm a legal analyst, and I'll speak on that later. I'll let you get through your questions.
You want to speak on it now?
Sure. So, a couple of cousins found my social site. I'm not going to say which one. And they were concerned because I have model in my bio. Instagram isn't a real place for me. It's somewhere where I post when I go out with my friends. I have fun. I have my outfits. I used to model, but I stopped because I realized I don't want a career that relies on my beauty. And it's there, and that's something that's going to be there. I don't connect with coworkers, colleagues on social media, and I feel like that's fine. But to say that I'm lying about,
Oh, if you ever wondered the type of girl I've dated a girl that looked like her. That's similar. That similar looks to her. So, that's I've dated a girl that looks very similar to her.
a job that I have with a business degree is kind of weird because I haven't been to legal school yet. The conversations were just everywhere regarding
You
that.
haven't been, but you never been to legal school?
No, so you can actually get a legal job by just having.
I think you know what the model thing is that I think you're slender and tall. I think that's how it works. She's not terrible looking. Definitely no professional model.
A business degree. Understand I'm an analyst, so I analyze information. I'm not in a courthouse. I don't represent anyone as a client, and so that is just something I want to clear up.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I guess my question is, what do you do as a legal analyst? Maybe I'm ignorant.
Okay, so legal analyst. So I analyze court documents. So let's say you as a client to an attorney, you have a mediation.
Well, girl, this I have to defend him on.
Okay, go ahead.
Once you call this international worldwide show, it's hard. You can't really say they gonna check.
They try, no, they can check, but they were trying to find my job. People were,
Now I will say that I don't condone.
yeah.
I feel like some cousins definitely go way too far, way too far. All right, but back to you. So we got Ashanti, San Francisco, 27, no kids, never married. So you are a legal analyst. That's our job, right? That's your job?
Yes,
Okay, what's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Capricorn.
Capricorn. All right, I think I got it all. So what kind of man you looking for? This is her second time around. She wants to switch it up a little bit.
Still looking for a proud Black man. And I would like for him, I have a list. So I will be reading off my screen as everyone had questions about: mindful, protective, confident, assertive, consistent, and respects traditional gender roles.
Okay, okay. It's a little short. I do remember. I think your deal breaker list was long. I want to hear this one now.
Okay.
What are your deal breakers?
A heavy smoker and drinker, passive, God-fearing heathens, not focused on relationships, confused about their sexuality, has or unsure about kids.
Okay. Do we still have the nothing like 50-year-old no trophy wife?
I feel like that was not productive for our conversation, and I do want to respect and not talk about that, because a lot of 50-year-olds who were qualified, somewhat overqualified, messaged me thinking that they had a past. Like, hey, you know what? I'm a successful doctor. I could take you off of whatever you're doing, and it was just a interesting week for me.
So now are you open to dating men in their 50s?
Nope, I just don't want to talk about it because I don't want any of them to message me, because a lot of them messaged me saying like, I have everything you need. You can come over here. And I'm just like, I don't even.
Well, then, okay. I guess my question is, because that was a big, we spent a lot of time there, or you said that clearly. So why not just, if that's the case, this is your interview,
Yes.
why not just say, no, I still stand by that. I don't want to date anybody that's 50 and up.
Yes, I said that. I still don't want to date anyone 50. I just don't want it to be part of the interview because they wanted to shoot their shot to kind of feel like, they can adjust my rule.
What would stop them from shooting their shots now? Do women not understand dating? It's like women are like honest. I really think that when it comes to the dating market, the dating scene, women are stupid. It's like you not talking about it does not mean that men won't do it. You not talking about 50-year-old men. How's that stopping 50-year-old men from not shooting their shot? It's like that's dating. I can never. I honestly, I do find it irritating where some women, and I guess I get it, right? Maybe these men come off as creepy, but part of the dating scene. It's part of the what is it? The hunt, I guess. Um, Men will shoot their shot. It's just how it is. Sometimes I don't. It's not like I don't understand or maybe sympathize with it that you know men that you don't want shoot their shots. But here's the thing: men wouldn't know that you don't want them. One, two. A lot of women, um, they've consistently said to men, or at least the men that they want. But again, men won't know if you want them or not. To be persistent, keep trying. Women have. I've heard women say this countless times before. Oh, why do you give up so quickly? Seriously, you said no, but you said you should have keep on trying. Maybe you would change my mind. It's like seriously. That's the insanity with women, where with how they go about dating. One, you can't read women's mind, and two, you can't read women's mind. You don't. It's like you don't know if she's into you or not. That's the thing, and you don't know if you know what she wants you to keep trying or not. It gets really ridiculous a lot of times, where women do view it as a game sometimes, and this is a thing where this is why a lot of these women, and she's not a bad looking, she's attractive. I believe she's attractive, but this is a thing where she's asking for such a rare man. She's asking for a rare man, a real attractive Black man with a whole lot of upstanding qualities. Plus, I guarantee you, she wants a man that's well off, and she's in her, I think, her late 20s. Yeah, good luck.
rules because I did say I was flexible on some things, but that's
Okay.
still I'm not
Well, they
flexible.
gonna shoot your shot. You're a pretty girl.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was your deal breakers. Should he look a certain way?
Clean cut, well groomed, a natural hair color, just a natural hair color. No extreme piercings, visible tattoos, and no colored fingernails.
So those things stay because those were the same things you said last time.
Yes, but I cleaned up the list, so I didn't go to like extensive explanations because I feel like that is what carried the interview. So it's same thing, just cleaned up.
Okay.
I just went typing away when I was making this list, just of everything that I could think of, out of stress to make sure like my interview was productive. But it bit me in the end.
Okay. Should he make a certain amount of money?
Everything that I listed, a man on his path, he would have.
She's literally repeating the same thing with less words. Who can? It's like you're wasting your time. You make it seem like, okay, let me say less words, but say the exact same thing. And what? It will get me different results? It's not. The men that you were attracting before will still be the men that you attract now. I'm amazed how women go about things. Oh, let me say less and I'll attract different men. That's not how it works. Okay? Men will predominantly go by your looks. Predominantly. What you see, men will go for it. That's it. What else you say, it's like it's honestly not that big. It's like women think that if they what they really a whole lot of things they say on this thing is the determining factors. No. She is decently looking. I believe she's childless and young. Boom. That's it. Anything else a man will deal with later on.
Money or be established in some extent.
Okay. We gotta do the Kendrick Cam. I'm not sure where you
Oh,
are.
I'm not gonna say, but I'm in a parking lot.
Okay.
Hold on one second. Can you see like this one?
Yes.
If my phone can stand up. Hold on one second.
Lovely says she's very pretty and classy.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh yeah, she was a pretty girl. Nice
Oh,
shape. Oh, I remember this. I want to bring this up. Someone paid to ask you this.
yes.
Ashanti, I'm very surprised you're still available. Are you okay with ministers now? Would you date somebody in the church?
No. So, um, the big reason why I got a lot of pushback on this to why I'm not dead set hard on someone is because honestly,
I'm not surprised she's still single. I'm not surprised she's still single. And that's the thing where even though she's decently good looking, she's decently good looking. Yeah, I would say she's a solid 7. Definitely solid 7 to maybe even adjustable 7. Yeah, she has high standards. I'm not surprised she's still single. I honestly believe a woman like this will still be single in her late 30s. I think she will flourish in her careers and still be single in her late 30s. I honestly believe. I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible that she finds somebody, but I'll say it's hard. Because here's the thing: good-looking women to the men that she wants is a dime a dozen. Good-looking women to the men that she wants is a dime a dozen. I'm not saying that this woman cannot find a man. That's not. If you guys watch my content, you know how I go about it. Dating is easy for women, easy. But again, the only hard part is will you attract the men that you want? And will you be able to keep the men you want?
I need to date out of the Bay Area. I need to date outside of San Francisco. It's a lot of things that are going on here. And honestly, if I'm looking for my person, I just don't want to make such a short area or pool to pull from when there are successful men everywhere. So that's something I do want to change as well.
So you're gonna change. You want to change. So you will date pastors.
I do. Yeah, I think this woman is difficult. She's difficult. Yeah, I think she's judgmental. But here's the thing: you can see with her high standards, she is definitely very expectant, very difficult. This is why I say it's going to be hard because she's asking for an extremely rare man.
No, I won't date pastors, but I won't I won't keep my list restricted to the Bay Area. I had a lot of people reached out that were outside of the Bay Area, and I'm like, you know what? It's not really that big of a deal for me to have my parents as babysitters, but they'll still be in their grandchildren's life.
I will say this. That's the benefit of my show. The people that have linked up, I think except for one couple that I know of. Well, no, maybe two, but for the most part, they met because they would have never met. Like they weren't in the same city, they weren't in the same states. Evans and Joanna, the first couple who ever got married from the show, I think Joanna was in Miami and he was in Charlotte and she saw him on the show. So the benefits of the show is meeting someone that's not in your city. So you now are open to someone outside of the city.
Yes, and shout out to HQ. HQ, you know who you are. She gave me words of advice of making sure that I am dating not only just online, because it was my first time even saying like to the public out loud to my friends that I was single. And so that's why my friends were watching. So I am going through my real
What? Your friends don't even know you're single?
life, and I know it's one of your like advice as well too, Kendra, to use your real life to date. So that was like, oh, why is Shanti going on the show? It's really, it was my kind of shot to the world, but honestly, it should have been to the world as it should have been.
Okay. Um, did I just ask you about your last relationship?
Oh, that was in October, but emotionally available since December.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
I'm not going to answer.
Okay. 3 flaws you have.
This is why you cannot take these types of women seriously. So you have such a long laundry list of qualities you want in a man. And I most likely 100% believe you are giving your bodies to men that don't meet that list of requirement. And this is a thing where a lot of men are waking up from, especially in my personal opinion, top tier men. This is why top tier men or rare men, they don't commit. A lot of these men that a lot of women want, they don't commit. Because why? Why would they need to commit with one woman? Here's a woman that, although she's decently looking, why commit to her? When she will give her body to men that are not at your caliber or not at her, not a image of her laundry list of qualities of a man. Yeah, she give her body to that man, right? Whoever she recently had sex with. Can't get a relationship out of him. Why commit to her? He can still get her body. This is the thing where women don't understand, where this is why a lot of men, especially the men that women want, they see no point in committing. Women like this are a dime a dozen to those men. To the men that women want, women like this are a dime a dozen to those men. They're not rare. The men that these women want, now those men are rare. It's just how it is. I'm not talking about I'm not talking about average men. I'm talking about honestly, women like this, they consistently always ask for the rarest of rare men. And then you're surprised that these men don't settle down.
That's to work on.
Oh, another big conversation. Me letting go of my cat. I'm not letting go of my cat just because if personally my cat's old, he's gonna pass soon. So I have an old cat. I'm not going to put him in a shelter because a man thinks I'm beautiful and he wants to sweep me off my feet. I think that's kind of weird. So I would like to keep my cat until his last days. I cry to regulate my emotions. I also tend to overshare and think everyone's my friend, and I'm learning. I'm learning to watch my mouth, so that's something. And I also crave development, so I tend to be pretty hard on myself when people are like giving me advice, and I take it in emotionally and like I sit with it and register it. So also learning to balance advice and people nagging because I experienced a lot of people nagging over the past couple weeks.
Okay. And why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
A guy would be lucky to be with me because I am happy and so excited to be with him. Like I said in my last interview, I am emotionally available. So I'm so happy to celebrate you. I will respect you in public. The things that I do now to develop myself not only to a better woman, I'm also looking to develop myself to be the perfect wife for my future husband.
Okay. Could the guy have kids? Have you changed that? No.
I don't want him to have kids because I want us to have our own family together.
She literally changed nothing. I don't know why she wasted her time. Literally wasting her time. Like, nothing different. So really, your last interview still stands. Just really, this is a thing where it's like, I think that's a red flag. It's like, why would you even waste your time? She is nutty. She is. To be honest, this is a thing where trying to regulate your emotions, that's weird. Saying that what she said that will make her, she never said nothing that will make her a wifey material. It's like, really, what about her? This it's like celebrate. I swear to God.
So I would say, I would say, no kids. One, possibly, possibly, but no kids.
Okay. So we got a couple paid questions for you. Van Werner said, Ashanti, open up your options to date other races.
I understand if I have a black child, it will still be a black household, but I want a strong black household.
Okay.
This is a thing where I'll say this: me, I strictly don't care about race. I don't care about skin tone. I have dated predominantly black women, right? I've only had one Asian girlfriend. I have dated predominantly black women, and I've never cared. I've never really cared. So, in my honest opinion, women that have made it a thing to never date outside their race and then change it up, not worth it in my opinion. Now, I'm not saying do they, not get into, um, you know, interracial relationship. No, but I honestly believe, personally, I don't think that's gonna be healthy. I just don't think that'd be healthy because your mind was never really there to begin with. You just changed your mind, I don't know, because of desperation that dating your own race didn't come out how you wanted. So I just don't. I don't think that women who will strictly date within their race, which is fine, and then change it up, I just don't think that's a healthy mentality. I don't think that will produce good long term results.
Brown Sugar said, you're so beautiful inside and out. What challenges do you face meeting prospects in the real world?
I am so laser focused when I go places. That is my biggest challenge. If I'm at a work event or if I'm around friends, I'm so into what's going on and enjoying the moment to where I'm not looking out. Um, I realized that pretty early that I just enjoy being around my people and my group to where I just try to enjoy every moment and not look towards men. I don't want to be seen towards my group as the one that's like sprouting around and just looking for a guy. So it's part of that. And then also when I am by myself, I do get approached by men, but it's like why or what for? I just don't know and I don't try to navigate who they are off of a meeting. So maybe I can use some advice from the cousins again with that.
The question is, what are the challenges you meet in the real world? So you're saying, well, okay, well, I think this next question goes along with that one before.
So she's a bitch out in the real world. She is a bitch to men out in the real world. She ignores men. She's not interested in men in the real world. No duh. Most women are. This is why men don't approach. This is why men don't approach. You know, you have the bitch face. You ignore them. You look down on their approaching. That's why men don't approach. And here's the thing: where as the video goes along, it shows me why and reinforce my own thoughts of why this woman will stay single late into her years. Because one, she asked for top tier rare man, and to be honest, she seems hard to deal with, especially when you gauge how high her standards are. In my honest opinion, women with high standards, and like I said, I support people having I support people having standards, but I honestly believe people, and particularly women who have high standards, like they're asking for the rarest of rare men, more than likely these women, they are hard to deal with. They're hard to deal with. This is why, in her honest opinion, she didn't want to tell when she just has sex, most likely because it's recent. Men that she's attracted to, most likely, don't want long-term commitment with her. Most likely, either these men that she's attracted to don't fit her list fully, or these men do fit her list fully, but they don't want to be with her long term. They are fine with having sex with her because she allows it. She's fine with having sex with these men she's attracted to, but she's just hard to deal with. So these men don't want her.
I say something.
Okay.
Divine Photo says, are you putting yourself in the environments to meet men like coffee shops, library, museums, or at some formal events? Also ask in-depth questions to weed out the men you really want. So where are the locations you go?
Oh, I hang out. Oh, I'm sorry, keep going out. I hang out at a lot of events. Right now, I'm going to a private bowling party. So I meet people. I just don't take them serious like when I meet them in person. Like if a guy walks up to me while I'm in like a grocery store or something, I just won't take him serious because I feel like I would have to do so much work to try to figure out who he is, what are his intentions, and things like that. So I just try to be as cautious as possible. The second thing is I want to agree with a past guest that was on your show. The Bay Area has a large pimp culture. So men usually like that are approaching, I just always take a step back and I don't feel as comfortable.
I mean, I think you always have to be cautious when you meet somebody, but then I would challenge that with what will be the difference of you meeting somebody on a dating app? Because on a dating app, before you meet them in person, you're talking, you're texting. At least this person, you actually meet him in person. So wouldn't that be more safe because now you met this person in person?
They have a little bit more social proof if I meet them online.
In what
So-
ways?
And I can like search, I'm like I can investigate them, but I can search them on Google. I can view like their Instagram, their social.
You just told people not to do that to you.
Well, no, it's like you're trying to figure out who I am. Like it was Kendra. Someone.
Well, that's what I mean. I understand what you're saying,
number.
but you're also essentially saying when you meet a guy, if you Google a guy, you're trying to figure out who he is.
Well, I'm saying like for like a LinkedIn profile or something, but I understand what you're.
The hypocrisy. The absolute hypocrisy. So it's fine for you to stalk a guy, but it's crazy if other people stalk you.
saying, but these are people who aren't even presenting themselves to my face. See, you presented yourself to me, so if I can do like a small background check just to make sure either like, hey, you're not married, or you are who you say you are, that's one thing. But this is the internet, and they're trying to find my job and got
No,
my phone
no,
number.
that's fair. But I
hmm
still think meeting a person in person is more official than meeting them online, because even if you meet them in person, you can
Okay.
ask for their social. So then you could get like you can meet a person in person. So now you met them in person, you know that they are this person, and then
hmm
you could go and look at their social, look at Facebook and get to know more.
Yeah,
But
no duh.
either way, that's just my take on it. You had
That
another
makes
question.
sense, and I hear that often. That's the best way. I just feel like maybe it's my generation that just made it more
Yeah,
comfortable.
listen, I'm in the dating app business. I'm a black
Yeah.
woman in tech. So I want everybody to be on my dating app, but I also know you guys want love. So I always say, add me to your dating search list, and
hmm
your real life, who's in your face, is your highest probability. So the men that you can touch, the men that you see, that's your highest probability of landing a relationship. But of course, obviously I have success stories. It can happen here too. But I just always say, no, do not negate your real world. Kareem has a question for you.
Yes.
Kareem says, seems like a ton of men are after you. You have a list of requirements as long as the Dead Sea Scrolls. Maybe your father should be helping you vet these men.
They're helping me. He's helping me vet them. Um, I don't feel like the problem is the type of man, is me and my problem. Like, this is a personal issue that I have for the men that are coming to me that I'm realizing. Um, and my list is more so, it's shorter now. You should have seen the last live.
It's not shorter because you shortened the words. You didn't short your list. She says the same thing, just with less words. That's the thing where it's just it's really it's absolutely stupid. It's really, she said nothing different, just less words. Said the same requirements. So really, this is the thing where honestly, you haven't have no self reflection. You haven't looked yourself in the mirror. Like, absolutely ridiculous. This is why she's gonna be single. She's just stupid. She's delusional.
But the list really came for the show. This is not something that I carry around with me like a tote or a book. I really just made it for Kendra's show because I respect her platform, and I just try to be as neat as possible. And I'm also a Capricorn, so I can't help this smidget of perfectionism.
Okay. Well, I would say this: don't make it for me, make it for yourself. So whatever's true for you without the show,
Mhm.
let it be true for you, right?
Yes, this
So
is true for me. I just wrote it down in word form on a document.
okay. Okay. And then I think they like you, girl. They paying all these money to ask you questions.
Uh,
Abraham said,
Thank
you're very
you.
pretty, but you're making this too complicated. Are you sure you want someone right now?
I respect that. And honestly, it's from me to be as clear as possible. Maybe, I don't know if you feel comfortable to put why you feel like I'm making it complicated or what parts I'm making complicated. I just felt personally like I enjoy Kendra. I like her platform. I like being here. I respect her. She's doing a wonderful job, and she's giving me the.
You're making it complicated because your list of requirement is extremely rare, man, which is fine. But this is why people say that, are you sure you want someone right now? Because who you want, who you say you want, he's gonna be hard as crazy hard to find. It's like, this is the thing where I wish Kendra would say, have you dated this man? Because she's not single. I mean, she's not a virgin. She's dated men. So have you dated this man? Has the last man you had sex with, did this man fit this cat? This is why Kendra sucks. It's like, this is why Kendra sucks. It's like, seriously, she doesn't ask good questions at all. It's like, you know why people react to Kendra shit? Because you know what? I think other people would do better asking questions. I mean, they probably don't have a good enough personality to do the Kendra thing, but ugh, she's terrible with her questions.
Platform to make myself available to people who I possibly can't connect with. But yeah, I am ready to date. So if I meet a man and he's ready to date, then I'm happy.
Okay, okay. Well, and I appreciate the wonderful compliments you gave me. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome,
Um,
Grace.
Coffee Killer. For a
Mhm.
beautiful woman, she has trust and insecurity issues she must address before going out on an actual date. I hope this helps.
Maybe trust in a way that when it's just like a overload of people, it's like why? Like I'm just maybe weary about that. I don't believe I'm insecure. I don't see that
I
being a
don't think
thing.
you're insecure either.
But most definitely the trust. And it's just like I'm just trying to vet someone that wants to date how I want to date, that isn't in survival mode when it comes to dating. I'm just trying to make sure that they're a real person, and the things that they say are honest.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
Date how you want. I just, this is why I have no sympathy for women in the dating market. Dating for women is easy. They only make it harder. That's it. Seriously, it really is. Like ask for or talk to you ask for a rare ass man, and then you want rare ass men to date how you want them to. Great.
You are on the dating app. I do remember your name,
Hmm.
Shanti Amade, the gift feature. So now you can send gifts to people. And then she ain't gonna respond because that's scary. And you're like, what in the hell? Okay, I'm gonna show you how to voice this how to voice.
Okay, whatever. I think she is. I think she's ridiculous, but it is what it is. I just think that she makes dating harder. And that's the thing with a lot of women, right? Where they just make dating impossible. And because of that, that's why I said I don't have sympathy for women. I really don't. You make it just incredibly challenging to date you. You can't be surprised that you're still single. And that's why after seeing, I mean, like getting all the information, listening to her. This is a thing where personally I believe I've become very emotionally intelligent. I'm a I've always felt like I'm a decent listener. I listening to the things she says, I can extrapolate where she's making dating hard. Where I can, you know, do an educated guess that she will be single later into her years. Not because that she's not pretty or that men don't want her. Plenty of men want her, and she's decently good looking. It's because the men that she wants, well, they don't want her or they don't want her for long term commitment. And the men that she wants, she'll probably give her body to these men. So these men don't need to or care to commit to her long term. But what do you guys think?